Now let's cover required equipment that you'll need to have before going boating. Be sure to stay up to date with any additional requirements that the U.S. Coast Guard and state regulators may require for your activities. Equipment guidelines are set forth in the most recent version of the Navigational Rules and Regulations Handbook as published and maintained on the United States Coast Guard Online Navigation Center. You must have handheld fire extinguishers on board if your vessel has the following characteristics. If your vessel has fuel tanks that are mounted permanently. If there are locations on the boat where fumes can build up, such as in the battery compartment, under a seat, storage compartments, or in the hull. Or if there are enclosed living areas, fire extinguishers must be readily accessible. Store them in an area where there is less likely to be a fire, so that in the event of a fire, the area where the fire extinguisher isn't itself on fire. Fire extinguishers for marine activity differ from extinguishers used at a home. They need to be labeled by the U.S. Coast Guard for marine use. Make sure that they are not expired, have a good charge, and never test the extinguisher out by giving it a little burst. Make sure the pin is in place and that there is no corrosion or damage to it. Be sure to follow any of the manufacturer's recommendations on inspection and maintenance. Consider how large your boat is by square footage that the extinguisher can cover, and make sure you don't overestimate the performance of your fire extinguisher. If plastic or rubber starts burning, it takes a lot to put it out. Fire extinguisher types. Differences in materials that are burning require different types of chemicals to best put them out. Class A extinguishers are for fires with wood, textile materials, and papers. Class B extinguishers are for fires with gasoline, automotive oils, and greases. Class C extinguishers are for electrical fires. Class D extinguishers are for combustible metals such as sodium, potassium, titanium, and magnesium. Class K extinguishers are for cooking fires that involve cooking oils, grease, and fat. Now let's talk about marine fire extinguishers. Marine fire extinguishers aren't just a recommendation to have on your boat, it's the law. So make sure you have one and make sure it's working properly. The best way to check is to make sure it has a charge and it's in the green. This one does not have a charge and it's in the red. Also, check for corrosion. This one's corroding, make sure it has a proper pin in place. This one doesn't have a proper pin because it's been discharged already. Also make sure that it's Marine and Coast Guard approved like this one is. Now this is an example of a charged fire extinguisher, but this is for residential kitchen use only. Do not buy a residential kitchen fire extinguisher for your boat. They look very similar, but they do not do the same thing. This one is also not Coast Guard approved and tested. So if you get pulled over, you will get a ticket if you have this instead of a marine one. So don't cut corners and make sure that you get a marine fire extinguisher. You can find one at your local boating shop. As you'll notice, this one, very similarly to this one, will have a pin in it when it has not been discharged. Make sure the gauge is good. When it comes time to use it, pull the pin, point in the direction, and squeeze the handle. Let's talk about the pass method with fire extinguishers. P stands for pull the pin, aim at the base, squeeze the handle, and sweep side to side. PASS. Remember that, and you'll always know how to use your fire extinguisher.